Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about how tough it can be to understand the difference between platonic and romantic attraction that you have towards other people, especially with men in regards to women. This is coming from a more personal experience and a more personal perspective. At least in my experience, the line between a great friendship with a woman and romantic attraction towards a woman, it's something that I've struggled with for as long as I can remember, basically. I have only ever been able to get into a relationship with women who I was friends with prior to getting into that relationship. That's why dating apps have never worked for me whatsoever. The buildup that you get from becoming friends and developing those feelings after is key, at least to my experience of love. The main problem with this whole thing is that it's really hard for me to tell the difference between the two, platonic love and romantic love. Once I've gotten to know somebody really well in a platonic level, I sometimes question if romantic feelings are only even popping up because it's a societal norm, and not because I'm actually feeling one way or another. And trust me, I have plenty of women friends, and I've heard many stories of women mourning friendships that die after confessions, It's something that constantly echoes in my head whenever I deal with this sort of topic, and it has since I was very young. Ruining a friendship after, spewing your feelings out to someone has never had a great success rate for me, at the very least. And it's happened the other way around too, where girls, I thought were my friends confessed to me, and unfortunately the dynamic is never the same after, no matter what people say. That's something I will always disagree with. It's once you know the other person has some sort of attachment, some sort of feeling, it will impact a relationship, no matter what the middleman there is. I think for me going forward, I want to really start understanding more about myself and what the difference actually is between the joys of a great friendship and how romantic love sprouts out of that when it makes sense, And I may go through some heartbreaks in the process of this discovery, but as a wise man once said, it's always better to regret your actions than to regret something you didn't do. So I hope that was helpful to some degree. As always, if you guys need any advice or input on your specific situation, you can always submit your questions into the forms within the comments or the description below. As always, have a lovely day, and please take care of yourselves.